For over 2,000 years, one city has haunted the dreams of historians, sailors, and kings. A civilization said to have ruled the seas before vanishing in a single terrible night. But what if Atlantis was never just a myth? In the year 360 BC, the Greek philosopher Plato wrote down a story that would echo across the centuries. He described a vast island empire beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. An empire of gold-plated temples, concentric canals, and warriors so powerful they nearly conquered the Mediterranean world. Then, in a single day and a single night of misfortune, the entire civilization sank beneath the waves. Plato called it Atlantis, and ever since, humanity has been searching for it. But here is the question that historians refuse to answer plainly. Was Plato writing fiction, or was he passing down a memory? A warning, encoded in myth, about something that truly happened? Let us begin where most do not. With the man himself. Plato was not a storyteller. He was a philosopher obsessed with truth. He claimed the tale of Atlantis came from Egyptian priests, who told it to the Athenian lawgiver Solon nearly 2 centuries earlier. The priests insisted it was real. They even said the Greeks had forgotten their own ancient past, that civilizations had risen and fallen long before recorded history began. If they were right, then somewhere on this planet, the ruins of Atlantis still wait. The first and most popular theory places Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean itself, just as Plato described. Some researchers point to the underwater plateau west of the Azores, where strange geological formations rise from the seabed. Sonar scans have revealed structures that look almost rectangular, almost deliberate. Skeptics call them natural. But why are they so symmetrical? Why do they sit exactly where Plato said the city should be? Then there is a darker possibility. In 1968, near the Bahamian island of Bimini, divers discovered an enormous underwater road. Massive limestone blocks, perfectly aligned, stretching for hundreds of meters under the Caribbean Sea. They called it the Bimini Road. Geologists insist it is natural rock, but others, including trained archaeologists, have argued the stones show signs of tooling, of deliberate placement. Could this be a forgotten harbor of an Atlantic empire? A pier that once welcomed ships from a city now drowned forever? Move eastward, and the mystery deepens. In 2011, a research team using satellite imagery announced they had found a buried, multi-ringed structure beneath the marshlands of southern Spain, in a region called Doñana. The shape was unmistakable. Concentric rings, exactly as Plato described. The team theorized that a tsunami had struck the Iberian coast thousands of years ago, swallowing an advanced port city in hours. The Spanish government has been hesitant to allow full excavation, and so the rings remain, buried, watching, waiting. But perhaps Atlantis was never in the Atlantic at all. Some scholars believe Plato exaggerated the location to protect a real one. Their candidate, the island of Santorini in the Aegean Sea. Around 1600 BC, the volcano of Thera erupted with a force unlike anything in recorded history. It destroyed the Minoan civilization, a sophisticated seafaring people with palaces, plumbing, and art that rivaled anything in the ancient world. The eruption triggered tsunamis that devastated Crete. In a single day and a single night, the Minoans were finished. The parallels to Plato's story are chilling. And yet, there are stranger candidates still. Some researchers point to the rich, sunken landscapes off the coast of Cuba, where in 2001, sonar revealed massive symmetrical shapes 700 meters below the surface. Others look to Antarctica, claiming that ancient maps, like the Piri Reis map of 1513, show the southern continent free of ice, suggesting a civilization mapped it before the last glaciation. Could Atlantis lie frozen beneath miles of polar ice, preserved like a tomb? There is also the Richet structure in Mauritania, a perfectly circular geological formation in the Sahara Desert, visible only from space. Its rings are an exact match for Plato's description. And here is what unsettles many researchers. The surrounding region was once green, watered, and habitable. Could a city have flourished here before the desert claimed it? Let us pause, because every theory has the same problem. Not one of them has produced an inscription. Not one of them has produced a clear, undeniable artifact saying this was Atlantis. And so the skeptics ask, perhaps Plato simply invented the story as a moral lesson, a parable about pride, corruption, and divine punishment. A warning to Athens itself, but consider this. Cultures all around the world, separated by oceans, by language, by time, share myths of a great flood that destroyed an advanced civilization. The Sumerians, the Hebrews, the Hindus, the Maya, the Aboriginal Australians. How could so many isolated peoples remember the same disaster? Unless something truly happened. Unless, somewhere in the deep past, a great city was indeed swallowed by the sea. Maybe Atlantis is not one place. Maybe it is the echo of every drowned civilization humanity has ever lost. Every coastal city consumed by rising waters at the end of the last ice age, when seas rose more than 120 meters and continents shrank before our ancestors' eyes. Maybe Atlantis is a memory we share, even if we cannot name it. Or maybe, just maybe, its towers still stand somewhere beneath the waves, silent, patient, waiting for the right diver, the right satellite, the right moment in history to reveal a truth that will rewrite everything we think we know about ourselves. If this story stirred something deep inside you, that whisper that says we have forgotten more than we remember, then subscribe to Mysteries of History. Because the past is not finished speaking, and the next mystery we uncover could change everything. Hit subscribe, ring the bell, and step deeper into the shadows with us.